Wait till men realize they're completely useless because all women can just become lesbian and have bone marrow babies.
Men are horrible. I mean, I have to just tell it to you like it is, honey, but all men are awful.
Remember, men are replaceable. But you know what's not replaceable? Your gorgeous, fat ass. Okay? He's missing out, not you.
I don't hate men. I'm just pissed that most of you can't do me properly. It's not that hard. Useless. Useless.
Really. And the key is to just find a man who's the least horrible.
Like, if you're not useless, prove it. Prove it.
I'm on the 35th floor, okay?
Okay.
Just related to the command post. This is a free truck and we're still heading up, all right?
Okay.
Was the last thing that Patty Brad said. This is 3 truck and we're still heading up.
Heading up as the tower came down.
How many of you? 13. You have been here 10 days. You are very strong. Are you okay, man?
We can easily look around our world today and see that there's a spirit of delusion amongst us. Everything's backwards. Women are told to be strong and dominant while telling men to be soft and submissive. Promiscuity, pornography, that's freedom. Sleeping around, hooking up with different partners, swapping partners, yeah, that stuff, that's freedom, right? But tradition, patriarchy, marriage, being loyal and committed to one person, oh, that's slavery. Dedicating your life to God and your family, that's bondage. I don't want that. I don't want to be tied down. Our world, especially here in America, hey, we've lost our tradition. Feminism is raging war, not just against us men, but against God, against what he set into play. Don't get me wrong, feminism started off cool, empowering women to embrace their femininity and to maximize the role that God put them in, and somewhere in between, everything went left. It's pretty clear they say they want to be equal to men, but in actuality, they want to be superior.
Do you like a strong man or a weak man?
Strong.
So that strong man is your leader?
No.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
He's your leader.
No, he's not.
All right, how about your grandparents? Was there a leader?
Maybe. Back in that time.
Why are you opposed to that now?
Because we're in the new, everything's different now. Women are, it's such
more miserable.
But you know, whether they like it or not, God made men to be the head, the leader. We weren't designed to be the same. God created us to be complementary opposites. Quick little story, my wife and I, we have these little birds, they're called quail, and they always, about once every other day or so, they walk across our backyard, and they're like a couple, they're mates. You got the male and the female, right? And so they've been walking across our backyard for the last couple months, and finally, just a couple weeks ago, they had little babies. And it's wild. Now when you see them walking across, you got the male in the back, and then you got the female in the front with all the little babies in between, right? And honestly, there's something really significant with this that you can learn from. The male, even though he's the head, even though he's the leader, he's leading not from a dominant position, not from a what I say goes position, but he's leading from the back. He's leading from a warrior-like, guard-like security position. He's keeping watch of any predators or anything that could harm his family. It's wild, bro. Even the animals of the earth know their role. How is it us, humans, are the smartest species on the planet, yet the most stupidest at the same time? How is it that we cannot understand our roles and what we need to do as men and women? Look, masculinity, it didn't just evolve. It was created in an instant when God created Adam and gave him orders. Now look, I'm all for powerful women, but being powerful in your role, the one that God gave you, just as a man should be powerful in his role. And that's the key to everything. But us men, we have abandoned our post. A lot of this feminism that you see, in my opinion, is just a simple outcry. It's a plead for men to become men again. Honestly, look, when I see these clips, when I see these videos of women degrading and devaluing and shaming men, realistically, all I'm really seeing, all I'm really looking at is just these little girls that are breaking down, crying out, begging us men to be men again. They're just lost and confused. However, daddy was never around while they were growing up, never helping them realize how valuable they are, never showing them their God-given role in all of this. And now they're frantically lashing out at us men, and they honestly just can't articulate how they really feel and what they really need. And I feel bad for them. Honestly, it breaks my heart. And all this disorder that you see, not just in the world, but within the families, these broken families, it all stems from one thing: the man not doing his work, the man not defending and guiding his family, the man just losing his vision, his direction, and forgetting all his values. You look at the statistics, bro. Time magazine says that 70% of all young criminals all come from fatherless homes. Money, success, power, influence, women, those things don't define your manhood. Those things come and go. When you die, they get passed on to someone else. But hey, you fulfill your role as father, as husband. Even for you young bucks that aren't there yet, hey, you fulfill your role as a brother, a son, a friend. Hey, don't take that position lightly. Don't allow culture to sever your nuts. Don't allow culture to tell you what a man is. Only God can tell you what a man is. See, the enemy is always trying to take out the leader. He knows the strength there is in true manhood. So what does he do? He draws the woman out. Just like he did with Eve. Eve was the first one tempted. She was the first one who ate of the fruit. The enemy drew Eve out from under the spiritual authority of her husband, Adam. And because Adam wasn't on guard duty, because he was caught sleeping, everything went to chaos. He then ate of the apple after Eve. Even though Eve did it first, who did God go looking after? He went looking after, not Eve, he went looking after Adam. See, God always holds the man responsible in a way which he doesn't the woman. Everything falls back on the man's shoulders. So you gotta take responsibility, my brothers. Now, hey, look, don't get me wrong. All these little feminism clips and, you know, that I curate and compile and put together, they're cool. They get us as men, they get us all pumped and riled up, right? But hey, look, at the end of the day, we're not here to just take back our rulership. God is our true ruler. What we're here to do is take back our true, organic, masculine role of manhood, right? And not by dominance and tyranny, but by service and sacrifice. Like that little male quail birdie in my backyard, right? That little dude, he's playing the man. He's taking on his role, his position. He's doing his duty, staying on guard. We gotta stay on guard, my brothers. Don't allow culture to tinker with your role as a man. Don't allow culture to tell you that, you know, as a man, you just need to be more soft, more sensitive, more in tune with all your feelings and emotions. That it's okay to be weak. Not all men are built to be strong. You can be weak, it's okay. Screw that. Screw that. Learn how to be more stoic. Learn how to be more masculine. Embrace and maximize your role. God gave you a spirit of not fear, not of anxiety, not of laziness and weakness. He gave you a spirit, what's it say? Of love, power, and a sound mind. It's okay to be aware of your emotions, but you can't let your emotions guide and direct your life. You got to figure out how you can man up and serve and sacrifice. And look, that ain't simp-like, that's king-like right there. That's king-like swagger. There's a difference. There's a difference between simp and serve. Serve is sacrificial. It's leadership. Just like how I lead this channel by serving you guys with content. You guys don't call me a simp for serving you, right? Nah, simping is desperate. A simp is a man who abandons all his values in order to gain the attention of a Jezebel. Jezebel was a woman who was married to King Ahab. She was strong-willed, she had a power trip, she served false gods. She was infamous for her deception, trickery, idolatry. So as a man, you can't allow that to happen, to come into your life. Now, real quick, I just want to end this video off with a quick story. It's a powerful story of a man named Jim Manson. Now, Jim Manson had a perfect marriage for 20 years. But over time, him and his wife kept growing apart, and they kept becoming more bitter towards each other. They both became stubborn, toxic, had their blind spots. They could have went the logical route, the route culture recommends, right? A healthy divorce, which biblically makes no sense at all. But to Jim, he couldn't just let his family die. He realized he couldn't just walk away from the small civilization that God had entrusted him with. He couldn't just walk away from the leadership role, the wife of his youth. He couldn't let his family just become another statistic. He couldn't just spit on the vows he had made to God 20 years earlier. He decided to show himself a man. Though his wife Nancy had totally fallen out of love with him and was ready to sign the divorce papers, Jim just couldn't. He realized, if I'm going to follow Christ, I need to follow his example. His bride, the church, us, the people, right? They didn't like him much either. They didn't return his love, but he deeply loved her anyways. He loved us anyways. And he kept loving us, even when it literally killed him. They crucified him and hung him on a tree, right? And check this out. He never once developed a bad attitude towards us, towards his bride. He was willing to do whatever it took to make his marriage work. Jim said, it won't be easy, but I'll do it, and I'll keep doing it because it's right and because I'm a man. Oof, that's it right there. I'm gonna give myself to my marriage because of who I am, not because of who my wife is. So with that said, you guys, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you dug it, please give it a nice thumbs up and let me know down below. I'd love to kind of create more videos like this. I got so many ideas in my head that I really want to put together and show you guys. Now, if you're ready to reject culture, reject the modern ways, and embrace masculinity, you got to check out this video right here. It's powerful. It'll change your life. And I'll see you next time. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notifications button. I'll see you soon. Peace always.